That's funny. A minute. In a minute, it'll all come together. It's going to be more in a minute. But hey, you learn. See, you're just sitting there. This is like a classroom setting, right? You go to ROP, you watch the teacher show you how to do something. You're just sitting there watching them. Why not do that on my videos? I show you all kinds of stuff. Okay? Alright. I gotta that back. You know the drill by now if you've been watching and you're studious. You'll know exactly what I'm going to do next. You're so smart. You know what? That one's so close to that other screw head. I'm going to lower it just a hair. Get in there and whack on these nails, screws, wherever they are. On interior doors, you don't have to do that because they normally install those with finish nails from a finish nailer, okay? So if they do start showing, if you have to suck it in that far, you can still tap the nail flush after. Ooh. I'm going to try the top. I'm using 3-inch. I might be able to get by with 2.5s. Trying to get my shoulder power right there. Oops. I'm a little close to the screw that goes into the hinge. I want to make sure my head of this screw doesn't encroach into there, so I lowered this one a little bit. That's right. Eventually, I'm going to have to get a new tip. Lots of times that will mark up your screw heads. Other times, after you look at it, you find out, ooh, I need to get a new tip. And that's what I like about this. You can replace the tips. Still got the 3-inch screw in here. Let's see. As long as I have that flush. Gotta do that one last little oomph to see if I can't get it in there. Okay, I got it flush. I got her. Okay, that's going to go right back in there. I can't get that one any better. I've done the best I can. That looks, well, sometimes you think, I can get that in, but if it's hitting, see, it just was hitting the bottom edge just a little bit. And if your hinge is not tight all the way, this one looks pretty close, but if it wasn't, you would pick the hole that is closest to the edge of the hole here in the hinge, and then you know that's going to suck it over just a hair. And that's this hinge screw, and that pulled this over just a minuscule. I wouldn't have been able to do that had I put that in that top screw hole. You can't see that, that's why I'm explaining it. Now I can put it in these other two, because those would not have sucked it over. So sometimes, does it matter which screw to put in first? Yes. Yes, it does. By Joe. So I got just a little bit of a turn there. I'd rather do that than sink those in with my drill. Okay? Because then I have a tendency, of not knowing, okay, did I do it enough? Did I do it enough? Did I do it enough? Oh, oops, I did it too far. Then you're screwed. You lose your holding power. I don't want to lose my holding power of any of these hinge screws, specifically for the reason that this is a 8-foot tall door. It's a solid core door. There's a lot of weight there wanting to pull this door to make it sag, okay? If I had one screw that was loose down low, can you see that if this door is ever going to do anything, it's going to sag down from the top hinges this way. You've got more weight kind of put down here, but you're never going to get the door to pull away at the bottom because of one loose screw down here. Does that make sense? Okay, let's take a look at this. I got about the same gap here. It didn't really do much at all. I didn't think it would, but I thought I would give it the go. Okay, so now I'm going to work on that hinge. What am I going to do with that? Well, stick around and I'll explain that to you in a minute. Okay, I hope you're still watching this video because I got more to say. Whenever I have something to say, you might learn something. It might save you some money. Okay, even if I were to replace these hinges, these self-closing hinges, if I can't get this thing to work, they're not going to be any different locations than where they are. So I know that the door is going to sit exactly like this, right? So I still am going to have to do this work. Well, when I look at this door, I don't even have a level out or anything. It doesn't really matter at this point. You look and see what you can do with the existing conditions. When I look down here, I check out this door, the groove, I got a bigger gap from there up. See that nice big gap along the edge of the door? In fact, it's too big. That's why if I have to mortise that out, I will. But I might not have to mortise it out hardly anything once I fix this bottom hinge. Because this bottom hinge, there's no gap. If there was a whole lot of gap here, I wouldn't do anything with this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flop that hinge back just like I did before. I'm not going to put any screws in there. That's not going to do anything. If anything, it's going to suck the door to the left. I want it to go to the right, don't I? So I've got to take this hinge and I got to bring it out at a slight angle, and that's going to help push the door over. I got a big gap here that it can go over. That's going to create me a gap here. Now, how am I going to do that? I used to do it a certain way where I take the hinge, fold it back, loosen up the screws, put a little piece of metal in there, tap it in there with a screwdriver, hold my mouth just right. I can't really do that with a self-closing hinge because it's so big. I can't get anything back in there. So I thought of this and I thought of this. I haven't done this before, but I'm going to do this a different way today, and I know it's going to work. Okay? So the next step is getting you set up so you can watch this. And I'm going to take those screws out down there.